As far as the victory, obviously on the road against a great football team, here in Nashville, where we obviously haven't done well, means a lot. Means a lot to myself, the organization, to the Cons, to be able to do that, and then for the players to really play well. They bounced back from last week. We've talked a lot about that and how we all felt from last week, and knew this was going to be a 4-quarter football game, but. And then Trevor, I thought Trevor, for the limited amount of practice this week, played tough, played physical, played smart, made some heck of great throws actually in this football game, and defense, the 4 takeaways, we were able to capitalize off of I think three of those, I believe, in this game, and the sacks, getting pressure, and all the things we keep talking about kind of showed up in this football game, and proud of the guys.
Yeah, what did you see defensively with the 4 takeaways? What led to that?
I think pressure on the quarterback. You put pressure on the quarterback, and balls tend to either miss the targets a little bit, and so I think the pressure, and then the guys were in the right spots and made some really critical or key, I should say, takeaways in this football game. But hats off to the defense. It's a little bit of a rough start, with them running the football, which we knew coming in that's what they do, and they do it well. But kind of settled into the football game and handled our business much better.
Level of pride you guys got. This was a tough bounce back.
It means a lot. The pride factor. With everybody, they understood last week was an embarrassment, and we don't ever want to coach and play that way, and victories like this, start in practice, and the way the players handled themselves this week, I thought was really good, and we got to do it again this week.
Having Ingram today, is he going to be a big part of the game plan anyway? And
he's always part of the game plan. You just never know who's going to have the hot hand at times, and he had it there, and played tough, and made some outstanding catches, made some outstanding plays, and played well today.
Coach, I think Derrick Henry had 2 yards in the second half combined, but he looked like he was going to have a day in the first quarter at least. Was there anything that you guys did to adjust to fix that, or?
We talked all week about it's going to take 11 on defense to stop this run game, and it's a really good run game. And we were able to do that. Penetration, getting some guys, in the backfield on early downs, to trip him up. And then, I'll say this too. Offensively, when you get a lead, and I've been on the other side where, we're behind, and then the next thing you know, you got to put the ball in the air, and it kind of takes a guy like Derrick Henry out, not necessarily out of the game, but minimizes his opportunities. So just a great job by our defense, after that first, quarter and a half or so of doing that.
Trevor's, I guess, kind of shown he can put this team on his shoulders and carry him when needed against the Ravens, and certainly today when the run game's not working. Is there any question you have left about him that he hasn't answered yet?
Other than winning a Super Bowl? I'll tell you this. He's been able to handle everything, and now he's battling, the injury this week, and to put the team sort of on his back like he did again today, just shows the type of player and person that he is, and how tough he is. He's the right leader, for us, and we're excited to have him as our quarterback, and he can only get better, and that's the. I think that's the one thing that I'm most encouraged about is just how much more we can pour into him and as he leads this team.
You mentioned that this game starts in practice last week. What did you see from the guys that gave you a good feeling heading into today?
I think the energy level, sort of a sense of urgency to the way we practice, and guys were dialed in, during the week, and that's just something I think we learn through the course of the year, and in our business too, it's a repetitive business right now. Now you got to do it again, and you got to do it even better, against another really good football team, next weekend. So I just think the attention to detail, understanding their jobs, their roles, leadership stepping up, all of that was a factor in, victories like this.
And then Trayvon started the day with the forced fumble. How much do you think that really got the ball rolling for the rest of the defense?
Yeah, anytime, you create turnovers early and it just sets the tone. Offense was able to capitalize off of that and put points on the board, and it's huge. And that's something we talk about every week. Try to create takeaways, and defense did a nice job of that today.
What did Trayvon show you on that play in terms of how he was able to strip sack Tannehill?
I mean, just all day you see his athleticism. He came out of a 3-point stance a little bit today. Where he gets some explosion and length and his physicality, and that's just plays like that is kind of what it takes with him. And that's the type of athlete that he is. And I thought not only him but Arden Key and just go right down the line. Smoot and Roy, these guys were all around the quarterback a lot. So it was a really good bounce back week for them too.
What did Trevor show you on the 1-yard touchdown run?
Hold on. The 1-yard touchdown run.
Stiff armed the guy and then outran the corner.
Oh. I'll let him explain that play.
Shaq Quarterman comes in.
Ask him.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Ask him.
Shaq Quarterman comes in, I think, only for a couple plays, but one of the plays was huge. He forced the fumble. What does it say about a guy that can come off the bench like that and make a play for your team?
It's great for him. He hasn't had a ton of snaps, obviously, with the defense. He's a special teams guy, but he's one of those players that you love to have on your team. He's a core special teams player. He's a hard worker. And then he gets an opportunity, he makes a play, and excited for him and how he made that play. It was a great hit on a big back, and excited to see that from him.
Doug, when you don't have your quarterback on the Wednesday and Thursday of a practice week, I guess really how challenging is that for people who really don't understand, and how much pressure did that maybe put on Trevor's need for mental preparation and staying locked in despite not being out there with his guys?
Yeah, one of the things, it's kind of what people don't understand too. We're very fortunate to have C.J. Beathard as our backup, and we went into this week not missing a beat in practice, meaning we didn't have to change anything game plan wise, because C.J. was taking the reps during the week, especially early on. So really, when Trevor comes back, we just kind of plug and play. And that's the thing about it. You don't have to go and redo a whole game plan, right? And in Trevor's study and his preparation mentally on Wednesday and Thursday, just really kept everybody sort of locked in. We didn't have to change, route combinations or plays or scheme or anything like that during the week, just because Trevor didn't take snaps. And that's a credit to CJ, as a backup quarterback coming in and doing that during the week.
Josh, who had really kind of struggled to get anything going recently, and then they both come up big on a game like this today. How do you get them to continue that momentum going?
It's just, I mean, obviously you got to show them on the tape. You got to just keep, encouraging them and finding new and challenging ways each week in practice, to put them in situations to benefit us on game day. And the more, I think the more success that they have and see themselves doing that, it kind of fuels their emotion, right, as they play games. And and these two guys, I mean, they're good pass rushers, great pass rushers, really, and they work well together. They're complementary together with some of the games we did today, and but those are all things we got to keep working in practice. And this game's already over, and we're moving on to next week. So that's the way the players have to handle it too.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.